Would you believe that some big names in the rap industry don't have at least 40% claim on all their songs? Now I said 40 because it sounds like a fair deal, right? But you'd be shocked that major artists, especially rappers, don't even earn up to 30%. In what universe is this even fair? And if that's the case, are they really profitable? How profitable are they? To understand the dynamics of the music business, we need to step back in time for a little bit. Let's look back on the history of the relationship between record labels and musicians in general. Record labels stand as that gate between artist and stardom. To get through, artists sign an agreement that lets the record label loan them a cap amount to launch their status as a celebrity.
When you sign to a major label, that money that they give you, let's say they give you 800 grand, right? That's a loan. You have to pay back that loan with interest. So if you don't make back that 800 grand, what they do is they put you in the red, but you can still be hot and you didn't make back that 800 grand. So you can still be hot, so they'll give you another album. And they'll give you, instead of 800 grand, they'll give you 1.2 this time, right? So now, but you're still in the hole for that 800. You understand? But now you got another 1.2. And if you don't make that, then you're just in the red for both. And this is a loan with interest that you don't get nothing out of. Hip hop is not meant for the artist to win.
This agreement is called a record deal. It entails an agreement where a record label agrees to pay an artist several hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now that money is usually cut in half. One part going into producing the artist's work and the other part going into marketing and packaging that artist's lifestyle. This money paid up front is repaid from the proceeds of the artist's work, but that's where it gets tricky. By now, you must have noticed how some artists sign with a record label for a few years and then turn around to fight them in court. This isn't always because the artist is greedy, but this is because of the nature of the record deals most record labels arrange. After an artist starts releasing songs and making revenue for the record label, that money is shared in a 4-2 split. The record label keeps 80% of the profits and the artist keeps 20%. Ridiculous, right? But it only gets worse. One would think the music artist loan would be taken from the company's 80% share, but it isn't. The repayment for that loan is taken from the 20% share that the artist gets to keep, which is insane if you ask me. This is why record deals usually span over a couple of years, because it will take some time for the artist to pay off all that debt and then start making their own money. With this background on the shadiness of record deals, one starts to wonder if these artists really make money, especially rappers. It's important to note, however, that there's a lot that goes into producing music. There's the songwriting, the composing, the mixing, the recording, the mastering, and then the distribution. For rappers, they have more work to do because they do the songwriting themselves. Most singers get songwriters to write their lyrics, but it doesn't work like that for rappers. After all that work is done, the music gets distributed. Unlike some singers, rappers can't rely on streams alone for revenue. They have to create shows. Along with that is the sale of merch and then featuring on other songs. It's a lot of work, but it gets worse. One would think the record label would focus on making money from the songs and at least the shows. But they make money from every process that goes into making the song, including the songwriting. Songwriters are not really compensated fairly on streaming platforms. The copyrights on a song are usually split into master and distribution rights. The compensation for master rights is significantly higher than that of distribution rights. While master rights are split 8 to 20% between label and artist, publishing rights are split 50-50. But because the money usually paid for publishing rights is little, the payout isn't always impressive. Now, imagine if a rapper doesn't write his own songs. That artist has just lost out big time. You'll be shocked to know that some big names employed ghostwriters for some of their big songs. For example, Dr. Dre's hit single, Still Dre, was entirely written by Jay-Z.
I'm doing Dre and Snoop's vocals like that. Like,
Wow.
yeah. Still. The reference track, it sounds like them.
Even Drake was in the middle of ghostwriting claims when videos of Quentin Miller leaked, rapping songs off his If You're Reading This, It's Too Late album. So, it's not unusual for rappers to hire ghostwriters, but they lose out on money that way.
Quentin Miller, right? He helped you with some songs, and I feel like you're still battling these ghostwriting rumors and this type of thing.
How do you view it now when you look at it?
No, I really have, I've really made my peace. I have no embarrassment when it comes to what I did on that. I worked with somebody. It wasn't like I needed somebody to facilitate, entire ideas. We worked together. If I need to be the poster child that took all those hits for all my peers hiding behind me that do the same thing every fucking album, that's fine, I'll do it.
Now, this is because the labels typically sign 360 deals. This ensures that they make money from everything an artist does, down to songwriting. They also get their cut when artists sign contracts with brands. This is why artists pull out of contracts and go independent. There still isn't any regulation around this, although artists have been speaking out for years. By opting for independence, you get to keep 100% of the mastering and publishing rights. The profit from shows and merch has a larger part of it going to your pocket as well. So the money earned from your hard work as an independent artist pays off. But all of that is about to change with the new agreement between Spotify and UMG. In January, Lucian Grange, CEO of UMG, said the collaboration would advance artist-centric principles to drive greater monetization for artists and songwriters, as well as enhancing product offerings for consumers. The deal would see both entities taking a super fandom approach to music distribution and promotion. But why are UMG and Spotify turning towards this angle of fan engagement? A little background of UMG's latest revenue report would shed more light on this. Now in 2024, the UMG CEO Lucian Grange presented a keynote speech on the company's vision for streaming music. The second and most important is the super fandom arc. Now, this vision is based on the company's 2023 revenue report. While UMG reported most of its profits came from streaming, there was a significant increase in super fandom activities, that is merch and physical events. That spurred the innovation of the new deal, combining streaming and super fandom activities. While all these sound exciting, there are concerns from everywhere, especially from independent artists. Spotify has stripped off its bundle subscription, which added audiobooks to its catalog. This was to address the fears of songwriters. Now, there will be the introduction of subscription tiers. This means that you may have to pay even more to get even more. The literal translation isn't available to everyone yet, but that's the idea. And independent artists, especially rappers, are not happy about it. You may ask why. The truth is, rappers make more revenue from exclusive content. This allows the independent artist to connect with fans that are willing to pay more in other ways through which the artist makes money to pay bills, take care of themselves, and stay true to their art. Independent artists like Nipsey Hussle built a cult-like fan base that massively supported everything he put out through exclusive content. So what do you think? Do you agree that rappers make less money with record labels? Do you also fear that rappers would be ripped off from the new deal between Spotify and UMG? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest power moves in entertainment.